Hello, welcome to Lori's DIY Life. This is Lori. Um, what I want to do today. Oh, that's not dark red. Um, I had gotten these Nuvo markers, alcohol markers, in a deal from Tonic, and I always get the Crafter's Companion ones. I don't know why, just because I knew they were there. I seen them on. You get the videos where you can watch and see how to use them and stuff. So I always did that. And so when I got these, I thought, I wonder how they do compared to. So that's an orange. I'm gonna use yellow gold blend. I don't know. I don't have an orange with me. Anyways, so I'm curious about them, how they compare to each other. Now, of course, with the Crafter Companion, the Spectrum Noir, there's the tri-blends, and just because they're easier to use and you don't have to pull so many markers, and with these ones you do, I decided to do the tri-blends. Now, the ink in the tri-blends is exactly the same as what's in their classiques. So the comparisons, it doesn't make a difference. They're exactly the same. So we're going to be comparing, and I've got a lot of different colors. I'm not saying we're going to go through and use all these colors. We'll see how time goes for that. The other thing I wanted to show was, I don't know if I've mentioned it. I mean, I know I've mentioned it, but I don't know if any of you picked up on it. But they always tell you to buy Nina cardstock, because that's what works good with the alcohol markers, and it's important to have the right paper. And I don't mind if I have to pay for some pretty paper like my vintage Christmas pad and all that. It's beautiful. But you know what? If I don't have to pay it, why am I going to pay it for paper? Especially just for regular white cardstock. And I wasn't looking for it. It just came up on a video I was watching, or I read it somewhere or something. And they were saying they don't use the Nina cardstock, that they use this accent opaque digital paper, and that it works just as good. And I mean, you can see the size of this package of paper. Okay, it's huge, and I've had this for a long time, and it's still, I still got most of it. I mean, I have barely touched it. Now, when I seen that, wherever it was I seen, you can go and there's different pounds and stuff like that, and he said not to get that, to get the 80-pound one, not the higher pound one. For some reason, this 80-pound seems to work better. So it's accent opaque digital. I believe I got it on Amazon. It's the it says cover super smooth, 80-pound, 8.5 by 11, 260 GM2 or whatever. I don't know, 250 sheets in here. So I wanted to show you that so that you don't have to spend a fortune. And it might cost you more to buy this ream than to buy a package of the Nina, but look at how much you get. Okay, so I'm going to pull 2 sheets of it, and the reason I'm going to pull 2 sheets is they say, Crafter's Companion says use 2 sheets. It works better that way if it leaks through, because the alcohol marker can go through. If it goes through, you don't want it coming back up, right? And you don't want it soaking over. So just use 2, and that way, if it goes through, it goes into the next sheet and not, messing up your thing. Okay, so I've showed you the paper. Now we're going to get started on comparisons, and I'm just going to do one on this side and one on this side. And if you don't think I'm being fair or whatever, I mean, believe me, I'm not getting nothing out of this. I have no affiliations, none of that. So we're going to start with, this is orange, and this is not orange. This is a yellow gold blend. Okay. So I'm going to just lay down the light. And I'm going to go with the dark. And see, this is kind of brown looking. Then I'm going to go with the medium. And blend. And come out. And then I'm going to go back over. Just here where it touches, where it meets with the light. Okay. It's kind of weird to do it without a stamp and be coloring a picture. Now I'm going to do these Nuvo ones, so I need their light. And see, it's hard to kind of tell. This must be the light. 478. Yeah, I think that their numbers go up. Uh-oh, some of these are not open. This is 476. The color, I didn't see that one doesn't have these bigger nibs, so am I cheating by using this? Maybe I shouldn't be using this. That's a pretty color. It has a much stronger alcohol smell. Whew. Boy, does it have a stronger alcohol smell. Okay, I'm going to use the regular nib. Okay, well, that is a pretty color. But that's not what we're judging, because this isn't fair over here. So this would be the darker one. This will be the medium. And we're going to go over it. And I can't really tell. So I wonder if this was the light. 387. It might be. So I'll do it over. Maybe I'll do it closer to this one so we can look at them better. Okay, so I think this is actually the light. That's still a pretty color. Then I'm going to go over it with this one. I'm just thinking we should be able to see, where the medium hits. That's better. We can see where the medium is a different color than that light. Okay. So there's that. We're not going to judge by right off the bat because, they say to give these markers some time to dry. So there's that one. Pretty colors. Okay. So that takes care of these. Now let's do the yellow. And I'm going to go with the light. And I don't know if we can judge colors because the classics have a lot of colors, but I can't try to get a perfect match. You know what I mean? It's just not. Then I'm going to go in with the dark. And see, this one doesn't have a lot of difference, it doesn't look like, in the color. And then the medium, and just over the tip, if you can see, I'm just going over where they meet to do the blending. Boy, those Nuvos do have a stronger alcohol smell for sure. I'm not kidding you. You can really smell that alcohol. Okay, now let me check the numbers and make sure Okay, so this would be 401. And maybe again I need to get still a little bit closer. So the colors are pretty bright. And I'm going to do 406, the dark. Okay. And then I'm going to do 403. Just go over the edge. And I'm not doing as big a one, am I? Something about the size of the nib, or I don't know, maybe it's the size of the pen. And then back over the lightest, back through, okay. Okay, there's the yellows, and of course, we're gonna wait. This is the dark red blend. Okay, here's the light. The Spectrum Noir. Dark red blend. That was the light. Now the dark. Now the medium. And then back with the light. I do want to do different variety of colors because of the fact that some colors will blend better than others. So it gives us more to compare on. Okay. So this is their light red. These are the colors I got. I don't know how many colors they have. I don't know. You know, like I said, it was part of a deal. So it's what I did. Dark blue. That's a big difference in colors there. That should show, if it blends real well, that should show up. Because that's a big, big difference. And I don't, like I said, I don't know what their colors are. I don't know how many colors they have. You know. That's a pretty blend. It's maybe too much of a blend, but it did do really well. Okay. Here's the Spectrum Noir green. And I'm going to start with the light. I'm not sure if this green is going to be right because there's one that I've been using a lot and it might be a little dry. So if this is that one, then it's not going to be fair to it, but we'll see. Medium. I don't know, you might not be able to see it while I'm coloring on this paper, but I can almost with this paper and making sure that I'm wetting it enough and everything, you can see the top one. When I'm putting the next color on the blend, you can see it dyeing it out. 410, 412, 416. Okay, let me try doing this one bigger. If you like a smaller marker, it feels good in your hand, kinda, you know. I love my tri-blends, though, to be honest. Now, this color I'm not real crazy about. I didn't like that color. That's kind of a military grayish green color. But, you know, for leaves, maybe that's what you need. Sometimes. Uh-oh. There's light. Oh, what did I do with the light green? Yeah, with this one, you can practically see it bleaching it out, but see, it might be wetter. Because maybe I'm afraid that I'm tinting that I like the aqua, the Spectrum Noir, so I'm not, maybe I'm not giving it as much wet as this one. So let's make sure I'm not doing that either, and let's make sure that we make this one good and wet. Right, we'll make this one good and wet. And that was a nice juicy marker. You can see it. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the dark. And then the medium. See, that is a pretty blend right there, I think. And then back with the light. I love, to me, I mean, the Nuvos feel good the way they're formed and stuff, but I love my Spectrum Noirs. Just feels so good for me. Okay. 426. Let's make sure we wet this nice and good, like we did the Spectrum Noirs. Yeah, nice and wet. I don't do a lot of comparisons on stuff because sometimes, stay back, folks, man. Don't get in that close. Sometimes it's unfair because, you know, if your colors aren't the same or... Oh, that wasn't the dark. Okay, we'll start over here. We'll do it over here. That's the dark. Whew, that is dark. Then we'll go with the medium over here. And then we'll go with the light. They do feel good in your hand. I'm just so used to these with that squared, round, whatever shape they are, and I just like that. So I like the size of the tri-blends too. They're nice and big. And see the difference in the color. So that's why I always say, you know, I'm not a big fan of doing comparisons, but I just figured I got those. I've always used these Spectrum Noirs as long as I've been doing it. So I figured let's do a comparison, you know. But man, I don't know. You gotta make sure that it's the area you're using, or just stay back, because those Nuvo ones are strong alcohol smell. So I can put these right up to my nose. These are like smelling salt strong. Maybe because they're new. Brand new opened. Okay, there's the dark. Here's the medium. Oh, that blended nice. And then back to the light. Now they're purples. Ooh, and purple, you know, it's a favorite, so let's hope. 437, 438, 441. These are maybe dark, I don't know. Okay, now this, darn, I don't like this at all. Because this might mess this up. And the purple was important to me. But this marker feels a little bit drier than the rest of them. So, we'll see how the other ones do. But that marker feels a little dry. Okay, then the dark. Then the medium. Oh, that's a big difference in colors right there, huh? Big difference in colors. In the light. Would that be their dark? Do you suppose I did it backwards? I think I did. Let's see. That doesn't even look like the same color. It's almost like a black purple instead of that violet purple. And it is. It's called black currant. No? It's not the one. This one. Let's get it down here. And then this. Is that gonna look better? It didn't look like it bleached it out. It just went over it, it looked like. So, now that one's bleached and that one out. So those purples, now could it be because this one was dry? Drier feeling? I don't know. It could be that. But that color is so different. Okay, so I'm going to show don't look at that. Look at that. Okay. So strong. So strong. I'm not even kidding you about strong. Okay, so they're orange. Kind of looks better than this orange. Oh, that's both their oranges, so. And that's funny because I thought maybe I didn't get that one wet enough. Okay, they're yellow to me. Really looks like the same color. This one does too. I don't see a dark to light. This one, I definitely see the dark to light. This one has a smoother breakthrough. You know what I mean? It goes, the change is smoother. On the green, I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like their change it's a smoother transition than this green, but the tones of green look very different. They don't look the same. Where this one you can see the difference more, but the tone looks more the same. Which it is. I mean, with these tri-blends, they are the actual colors of the markers, and all it is that the light color has more alcohol than the darker colors. You would think theirs would be the same way, but that looks like a completely different green altogether right there. You know, I couldn't even necessarily say that that's a darker green than that. It just looks like a different tone. Where this looks like the same tone, it's just darker. The blue Their blue does a real nice transition here. If you don't look at this, it's a very nice transition. And it starts real dark. Well, it stays kind of dark, but it's a very smooth transition. The Spectrum Noir, these look kind of like maybe a aquamarine or something. Maybe that's the difference, but they blend real well. They blended real well, but there's not as much contrast or whatever in between the light and the dark as there is over here. And I like this combination very, very much. Very much. Their purple, it just confused me, so I could, oh God, I don't know. It didn't blend this way. And going from here, even if you knock that out and you just go from there to there, it's not, it's just different colors, and I don't care for the purples at all. Not at all. This isn't such a great transition either, but it's at least some kind of transition, not just a completely different tone. Now, I'm going to say this because it needs to be said. They did come in packages of the 3. So the 3 blues came together, the 3 greens came together, the reds came together, the yellows came together. So that's their way of saying, in my opinion, these 3 belong together. Right? Just like a tri-blend in one pan. That's like that Spectrum's Noir saying these 3 belong together. The 3 colors all came in one package. They were in little pack, not individual, but 3 packs. They came in 3 packs. So that shouldn't happen. To me, that shouldn't happen. And I love Spectrum Noir. I mean, not Spectrum Noir. I love Tonic. I love Nuvo. I do. But I'm going to say that I'm happy with my Spectrum Noirs. I don't know if there's that much of a difference to make a difference. As far as the other side, they say you can tell you've done a good job with saturation if your colors come through the back. And so they did do that. They came through the back. Both of them. I would say pretty equally. Maybe the Nuvo did come through a little bit more. Which, well, I don't know. Does that mean there's more alcohol? Or does that mean there's more ink? I don't know. But I'm telling you, the alcohol was strong. Don't get right up on it. Whew, that was strong. You can see a little bit of the color that came through. Came through on the Nuvo side a lot more. There's some there. There's a few little smudge, barely can make it out colors on the Spectrum Noir side. Now, I wanted to make sure I was giving Nuvo a fair shake, and maybe I was giving Nuvo more than a fair shake as far as wetting it before. But disappointed in that purple. I'm not a fan of that green. So, of course, that orange is pretty. Anyways, so that's the comparison between the Spectrum Noir and Nuvo. I also showed you the paper, and you know they say knowing you got a good paper is when you can turn it over and you can see, and you don't see the color drifting away, you know, and it came through like it's supposed to. That's the way it's supposed to look. That's what it's supposed to do. So now you know you can get something different besides the Nina. And one package is going to last you forever. I mean, because how often do we use a whole sheet, right? I used to cut it in four, you know. Each sheet gets cut into four. So it's a good deal. I was glad to find that. I had no problems with the paper, and I've been using it the whole time I've been doing the videos and stuff. So, anyways, that's it for this video. Hit the like and subscribe button. I have a giveaway for 100 subscribers, and if you hit that notification bell, it will let you know when I have a new video up. Okay? Thank you for joining me.